Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. I leapt headfirst into the black, searching for answers. I found only more questions. My memories fade with each step. I feel a weight. It's so heavy. I find nothing. And here in darkness, I awaken for the first time. My skin is on fire. My lungs ache for air. My body's too weak to stand. To fight back. The pain pierces every thought. Death would be a kindness that I do not deserve. Let me die broken.
What are
I
you
don't know
singing
this
now?
song, but okay.
Oh, it's so good though.
Hello, everybody,
Hello.
and welcome to Broken, episode 52. How's everybody doing this week, you guys?
I'm copywritten right off the bat.
I don't think so. I only heard the tail end of whatever you guys were saying. I don't think we're copywritten, are we? We're not copywritten yet,
Yet.
right? Not yet.
No, I don't think so.
We will be soon, I'm sure.
Ah.
Uh,
Oh wait!
You couldn't even wait 5 minutes.
It's at the 3-minute mark.
I'm so sorry. I didn't even think before I spoke and it just came out.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Speaking of
Why we
which,
love you.
if you're watching this on YouTube and you heard a bruh or a ka-ching or whatever noise I put there, you should check out the Patreon where you can see the versions of all the videos for $2. Here's the link, Twitch viewers, YouTube guys. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description below, I am sure.
Yep. We're going to say all the swears.
Well, now it sounds like
It's true. We do run through an entire list of them.
We'll have to invent new ones.
Yes.
Find those out. on the Patreon.
Don't say that. Now we have to actually do them.
Hey, I was planning on it as soon as he mentioned it.
Okay, as long as you're taking the responsibility.
I have
I
got
will
my
I'm here for it.
Celsius here. You know what? You guys can swear as much as you want. Because I have energy drink and I can deal with it.
That
It'll
is
be
the
okay.
wrong
You have
beverage,
an
sir.
energy drink now. You won't have one later.
It'll be alright.
That is
It'll be
the
all
wrong beverage, sir.
right. The paladin of the beverage has a strict regimen.
Dang, not everybody can drink. That toxic waste you call an energy drink.
Hey, it's actually considerably healthier than most other energy drinks.
It doesn't
And they
mean it
have a
tastes
sugar-free
good.
one. It does taste good. It's grapefruit juice.
Actually, I'm drinking a grape juice.
Grape juice or grapefruit juice?
Grape
I assume grape,
juice
since she said grape.
by Welch's.
Oh, that's like 98% sugar.
Sugar.
2% grape. It's not
Let's be honest,
2%
that
milk,
2%
it's
is
2%
fructose.
grape.
Let's be honest, that 2% grape is fructose.
Jesus Christ! Total sugar is 33 grams.
You're welcome.
Include 30 grams added sugar, 60%. I'm gonna have a stroke and die tonight, guys.
From grape juice?
Well, if you would also like to have a stroke and die in Minecraft, you could head over to the Discord. It's free. There's a chaos channel where the memes are already going. Check it out if you're watching on YouTube. Links in the description below.
Look, nobody's died on this show yet. Except for the beginning where we all died.
Yeah.
I don't know what
But that
you're
doesn't count.
talking about.
Remember.
I've tried.
Not
didn't all
everyone
die.
Trying to
died.
willingly jump in front of a car.
We didn't
And
all
that
die.
other episode where we all died except Dank, but that was a yeah, that was a harbinger thing.
Hey,
So I'm not
listen.
actually done yet. This is great.
And then
As
there-
far
You
as-
wanna?
Then there was the
You wanna
episode where
know-
Dank might have died when he exploded a nuclear
We
bomb.
can fix that.
Potentially.
Look, there's no proof that I died there.
and that's the future. We're fine. We haven't gotten there yet.
At least they didn't die by being stabbed in the fingernail.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. That's
You
true.
did a quick save right before it happened. You're fine.
I mean, essentially, that is exactly what happened.
All right. Well,
God.
speaking of the various ways to die on
You're about to be
Broken,
stuck with us for a weekend.
head
Fun.
over to buymeacoffee.com/brokendank to fuel up the murder hobo with Nos, because that's the only thing he drinks.
Praise be unto the beverage, the one true beverage.
And for all your fantastic art needs, head over to twitter.com/sketchingspace, drop a follow, and say Ramblin' sent you.
yeah, go peep the new icon.
Check it out. Check it out.
He's adorable.
You can also head over to Instagram, TikTok, and coffee.com/AceOne'sDesigns to check out the art for Cassidy Williams.
Now I've got
And-
that song stuck in my head. Thanks, Gerblin.
Which one?
You're welcome.
I don't even know that song.
Which one?
How?
The
It
Fun
was
Weekend?
everywhere.
The little
the one
dance.
above it.
It's a public transport. I think in Australia did a like PSA that's this whole video, and then there were 2 like mobile games for it. I think, and the song is
Oh,
really
that
catchy.
one. Okay.
Station. Yeah.
Is
I do
it
know of
so
that, but yeah, I
many
don't know
dumb
the song.
ways to die?
Yeah, yeah,
Did you
yeah.
know that it's come out with like a
Fuck.
board card game now too?
Oh
I
goodness.
saw it at
that's
my local
hilarious.
Target.
Love that song.
We're
We're getting far afield.
9 minutes in. That's gonna make the sensors.
We are getting very far afield.
He's just giving up.
Wait, so we're safe after the 10-minute mark, right?
That's how I treat it. I just don't even bother censoring you
15,
after
yeah.
the 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
We had
I'm
1 minute left.
sorry.
don't be. I'm just giving you a hard time. Speaking of giving everybody a hard time, why don't we do that thing where we go around, we have everyone introduce themselves, talk a little bit about their character, and then we'll do like a catch-up thing and be like, hey, this is where we're at, this is what's going on, and then we'll jump into the game. Sound good, everybody?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. First up is your resident murder hobo himself, Dank.
It's your boy.
Dank, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. All things considered, life is going well.
Good.
We
Good.
recently survived a really bad trip that could have been significantly worse. I don't really think even the crew like judged us for being tripped out either. So that's nice. We can make friends or enemies and murder everybody. We'll find out.
We have options, is what you're saying.
We have options. That's right.
There's always options.
On the other end of that silver lining, you also turned in one of your own for potentially murder. Actually framed him by planting evidence on him.
Look.
He had
And
We have to use all of our resources.
it coming.
And yeah, and because of that, because of your perceived honesty and integrity there, you have won over the trust of the captain and potentially anyone who sort of looks up or listens to the captain also. So
We're good people.
Nice.
good job. Good
Ish.
job. Thank you, Dank. Up next, we've got Gerblin playing Enigma for you. How are you, Gerblin?
For now.
Just one for now. We'll see. We got a glimpse of yet another version last episode via a new memory and a new connection, which is fantastic. That helped get everybody awake from the horrific trip we were all having. So that was nice. And now this version of Enigma has kind of those extra connections, I guess, and is actually having discussions with people about it now. So that's a step for them. Good for them. And now needs just lots of therapy, probably, which I think a certain someone has offered to provide, and we'll see how that goes.
Right on. I'm sure it'll all work out fine.
Will it?
It all works out in the end. Sometimes.
Thank you, Gerblin. Up next, we have Caitlin playing Liz for you guys. How are you, Caitlin?
Pretty alright. Liz's niceness started to pop out last session.
She also sat there and was like, the heck?
Did I say that?
She did not try to commit murder.
Yay,
We're learning!
everybody give her a hand.
That deserves a round of applause. I will say that may have been because you hadn't had a turn yet.
I tried. But I absolutely planted the evidence on Jeb.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You definitely did. It's probably a smart move for the best for now. He'll be fine. I mean, he'll still have to stand trial and everything, right?
Yeah, but those can take years.
Yeah.
Also, he won't remember anyway, so I mean, what can they really charge him with?
Yeah. We'll see.
I do think he was probably criminally insane at the time.
Yeah.
Most of us were.
The gifts.
I mean, he also had the benefit of being far too high on bananas, so.
Yeah.
Look, that
Bananas and
potassium. One hell of a drug.
You guys are
siren spores.
you guys are missing out if you're not in the Discord. All right. All right. Well, congrats. You didn't stab nobody. Good job. Good job. We're all proud. You planted the evidence. You got away with it. You successfully set up Jeb. And whatever happens to him is your fault. I'm sure it'll be fine. Sure it'll be fine.
Spoilers. This is how we get the bad end.
No, I think I mean overall, actually, I think you guys from those encounters, I think you guys got the good ending for sure. Oddly enough, I think you guys did as good as you could possibly have done there. So, in all seriousness, good job, everybody. Good job. Thank you, Caitlin.
I know I'm gonna be the first one you kill. It's fine.
I don't know what you're so worried about. It'll be fine.
I mean, canonically, that was Maury was the first one that died.
Screwdriver, right?
Sorry, we have
to
the
the
same
eyeball.
idea.
Thanks, Silas.
Speaking of Maury, Maury's here playing Narcissa for you guys today. How are you, Maury?
Waiting for the vaccine to fully kick in. We're still kind of tripping. Doing good. Having fun with Discord and Enigma.
I mean, the good news is you canonically can't die since you're in the future.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Don't doubt me. Don't tip me.
I've already figured it out. You guys can still die. Don't worry.
Oh no. Well, I expected I could die because I'm not anywhere in the future.
You actually do die. I've already
Don't make me drag your foot into A-Team.
I've already written it down in my notes that you die somewhere in this arc, and I'm just gonna make it happen at some point. It's not true. It's not true. I would never do that.
Cut to me just doing everything stupid to make it happen faster. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be funny.
Yes. Speaking of he who dies next, Zach is here playing Disrupt for you guys. How are you doing, Zach?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. A little bit, definitely feeling pretty. What's the
What's the
a
word?
word for where you're happy about? I'm happy because my fucking. Oh well, there we go. Good thing we're past 10 minutes.
Press one.
My prediction of it being a dream was correct.
It was. You were dead on with that. Dead on.
And also terrified because now I have somebody that that knows that I've interacted with some other like portion of them in the past. So this will be fun.
Yeah.
The questions that ensue will definitely not cause like potential issues in the future.
We will see, I guess. So, if I recall, most of the crew was still hanging out in the med bay, waiting for the sort of effects to wear off as the sort of quarantine was going on for a little while longer, as like air was being cycled out basically to be cleaned of spores. Dank and Liz had already left the med bay when the doors opened and started to explore the sort of rest of this contained part of the ship. If I recall, you guys had explored a corridor outside the med bay and a couple other rooms, presumably where the dissection of the siren happened. And the sort of antidote was synthesized, and the room had been cleaned, and things had been put away in like biological storage, like biological contamination potential storage things. You know, they had disposed of everything potentially. Yeah, does that sound right to everybody? Is that where we left off?
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
where we left off.
Sounds
So why
about
don't
right.
somebody well actually I take it back. I already had somebody roll a D2. So we'll be picking up with Dank and Liz, I reckon. As we fade back in here. If you guys want, some time could have passed. Up to you. I mean, it probably wouldn't be anything longer than a few minutes, maybe an hour at most. But I suppose that's up to you guys. As we fade back in, what would you all like to be doing?
You know, talking to people who are coming down from the spores might be kind of fun.
Okay. Well, okay. So you're looking for people who have also been affected by the sort of high, the psychedelic trip from the spores.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be really interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So you're just like pacing the corridor looking for people. Some of these people we see on the screen here. There's people like sitting on benches. Most of them are wearing PPE. So you have a lot of people in gas masks or in rebreathers. And like some people are even wearing like what seems to be like hazmat gear. A couple of them have like a hose plugged into their maybe the front of their suit or their mask that attaches to the wall. So you see a couple of people like that with these hoses that are coming off the wall. Most of them are kind of isolated, like they appear to be keeping to themselves. You don't really see them interacting with each other or the occasional guard or whatever that's pacing the corridor. Basically, like just keeping a lookout on everybody.
So nobody that I can see currently was caught unawares by the spores.
Well, you don't know. You'd have to start talking to people, I guess.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's conversate.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the first person I see and ask him, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah. So you see a person looks up at you through a gas mask, and says, "Doing okay, all things considered. Yourself?"
Yeah, I'm doing significantly better now than I was a bit ago, and gotta thank you guys and your crew for that. Looks like we're gonna be on the ship with you for a while. Just want to see about getting to know people.
Wasn't my crew. I don't work for the Swan Song. Just a traveling trader.
Oh, fair enough. What kind of wares are you dealing with?
Looking to secure some silk from the dead vaults on behalf of contacts in Asher.
Okay. How is it usually procured in that area?
Well, we look for folks coming out of Nineveh or folks being relieved of duty, maybe that have gathered extra, willing to part with it. Sometimes Ninevites even gladly exchange for Asher credits.
Fair enough. Well, we're gonna be in there for a bit, so we might well, we're more than likely going to end up with a surplus of it.
Well, I'd be careful. I've heard dangling with those worms can be quite a feat.
Understandable. That is the plan. Want to get in there, complete the mission, make it out alive.
What about you? What brings you aboard? You said you're getting off at the Dead Vaults? What are you, crazy?
We're actually on a rescue mission. There's somebody who hasn't reported back. We need to either find them and rescue them, or find proof of death and bring back their remains.
Wait. Wait, so you're looking for a contact of yours there?
That's right.
Wait, so you guys are Ninevites then?
That is where we came from.
Strange. You seem like an Arku. Carry yourself like one.
I get that a lot. I think it's the confidence.
Right. Okay, well, interesting, I guess.
Well, my name's Dank. If we run into each other again, don't hesitate to say hi.
He holds out a hand, a gloved, like a rubber gloved hand to you. Shake your hand.
Yeah, I shake his hand.
You can call me Slug.
All right, be seeing you.
Sounds good, Dink.
I'm gonna make rounds and kind of introduce myself to the other people as well.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Ba, 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 ba.
This would be like
Wow.
hearing.
Ooh,
Major
I'm
failure.
gonna re-roll that. Yeah, there we go.
Critical success, rule of threes. Yeah, you're walking up and down the corridor. Maybe you're just making small talk with a few people. And maybe you talk to a couple other people besides this Slug guy. Couple people are traders. There's some people that are like off from a shift. So they were like working on one part of the ship. Maybe it could be like the like engine room or engineer bay, or even like the storage bay, something like that. So some people are like on a break or whatever, and they sort of get stuck in this part of the ship through circumstance. But you come around a corner and you notice one guy who's in one of these suits. Again, it's unmarked, and I would say most of them don't really like match each other in any way. Like most of this gear seems to be like individually acquired, so they probably don't even necessarily match themselves, you know. But you come around the corner, there's one of these people dressed in one of these like hazmat style suits, sit up against the wall with a hose that's like plugged into the wall. And you hear him humming as you come around the corner, and you recognize the melody, I guess you might say, immediately, as the Siren song, or at least sounds very similar to it. Like your perfect pitch or whatever, like it puts
Picked
you
up
there.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as soon as he notices you've come around the corner, he kind of stops and tries to sort of like play it off like he was talking to himself or something. But he's not able to fool you.
I'm gonna grin, nod at him, and pick up humming where he left off.
Yeah, he looks in your direction, but he tries not to like turn his head, so he's trying not to seem obvious that he's watching you. But he just kind of like stares at you while you're humming it.
Can't really sense motive with perception, can you?
That'd be like an insight.
Let's see what Dank B has for insight. What do I have?
Like read body language, something like that would help you here.
I've got observation and nonverbal communication.
Nonverbal communication might help you a little bit. I'd take it.
I'm gonna make an insight skill.
Sure, you can do that.
5 memory points. Blam. Give me that +3 insight.
Okay.
What's up with this guy? Why is he being so shady?
He's hiding something, or you took him off guard. First of all, humming it. So looking at you, he kind of like looks you up and down, like he's looking for some kind of symbol of recognition, like he's looking for something to tell him who you are. And he seems like he's being overly cautious. So he kind of looks you up and down, looking for something in particular, but he doesn't seem to find whatever he's looking for. And so he sort of like looks away, and then he's basically like trying not to pay attention to you at this point. But you can kind of tell he can't, like, you have his ear, like he can't help but listen to you, like whistling or humming this tune, whatever it is, and he's listening very intently to that. But he's clearly hiding something. His body posture changes, like he looks uncomfortable. He gets more defensive. He may cross his arms and legs, and sort of like slightly turn away from you.
Okay. Shit, I guess I failed the vibe check.
No, you succeeded. It's just that you clearly like triggered something when you started, in his mind at least, when you started whistling it back, but he seems uncomfortable because he doesn't recognize you.
You know what? I'm gonna play it off like I recognize him.
Sure.
I'm gonna walk up to him. Hey, how's it going, man? It's been a while. Where have you been?
Make a deception.
I got you. Da, 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 ba, ba, ba. And whap.
Okay. So he kind of like turns towards you, and you see his brow kind of furrow under his sort of like gas mask. And so he turns towards you, and he says
I'm sorry. Do I know you? Were you at the last meeting?
Oh, man, I'm surprised. Well, it makes sense that you wouldn't remember me with all that happened last time. It was pretty busy.
Let me see here.
Busy. Right. Well, I mean, activity certainly ramped up on the ship lately.
Sure. On the ship.
It's like this kind of awkward pause. He says,
Where did you hear that tune, by chance?
Oh. Okay, he mentioned a meeting. There's other people who... he's obviously not the leader of whatever group. I don't know enough about the scenario to bluff accurately. From the source.
The source, you say? Something to do with this latest contamination, then?
A little column A, little column B.
You see his eyebrows raise under the mask as he like stares at you with like an intent.
I look at him with a grin that speaks of an inside joke shared between people.
Sure. He says,
Well, are you a new member? Sorry, I just can't shake the feeling that I don't think we've met. Not directly.
Well, I've been about here and there, but I don't think we've ever actually had a direct conversation. But I have seen you around. I reach out my hand to shake his. My name's Dank, and you are...
yeah, he shakes your hand. He says,
Odie.
Odie! Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Who brought you in, exactly? It wasn't Vinny. Was it? Vinny, oh, it's such a pain in the ass sometimes.
He can be like that. But, he's got his good point.
Right. Right, so... Well, I assume with everything going on, you're going to be at the next meeting, yeah?
I'm still recovering, but if you could remind me where it's going to be at, I will absolutely be there, my guy.
Recovering? Oh, no. This is not a time to recover. This is...
Well, how else would you put it?
He looks around kind of like suspiciously, like eyeing for any other potential listeners. And there's like a guy patrolling the corridor with the weapon that's far enough where he's like just out of earshot, and he seems satisfied, and he kind of leans in and he says, well, my voice mod took a crap, so he leans in and he says,
No, this is a time to rejoice. This is only the beginning of it. Well, you see. No. The rumor is they've locked down this part of the ship because the seed got in. Yeah. They don't know the half of it.
I bet, man. Bureaucracy is usually like that. I mean, what else would you call it besides recovering, having to return to reality in this way? I say reality with air quotes.
You shouldn't have to return. Oh, no. You shouldn't have to return at all. That's no good. No. Real reality is what comes next.
That's what I like to hear. So where is the meeting going to be again?
Make a this would be probably like a persuasion check or deception, up to you.
Is there a way for me to make like a stealth check or something
Yeah.
so I can eavesdrop on this?
Yeah. Make a stealth roll. Yeah.
Ah, bitch. Oh, there it is.
Whoa.
Ah! Ah! I'm redoing that.
All right, you're spending an influence point to reroll that critical failure.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
There you go.
All right. So here's what happens. We cut to another angle of the conversation where we see you like standing just around a corner out of sight, but clearly listening. Like you're close enough to be hearing all this. And Dank, you're like, where is the meeting again, basically? He's like, he says,
What are you? It's in the cargo bay. The secret entrance below the floor.
Shit, yeah, that explains it.
Newbies. Okay.
I know, man. I'll be better, I promise.
Alright, well, look, just tell Vinny that I need to talk to him. And if you want, I'm sure he'll have more of the spores for you there. If you
Excellent.
want to partake a little bit.
That is the plan. You're a lifesaver, Odie.
he kind of chuckles in his mask, and he says,
Lifesaver, right?
Be seeing you. And I continue on my way.
yeah. Yeah, you continue and you round you round the corner. Make another observation or perception check.
Sure.
This will be
Oh god.
This will be contested. Let's see. So she got a 8 plus 3 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You got a 9, 12,
17.
You got a 17, 9, 10, yeah, 17. All right, so yeah, you continue on the corridor and you pass the next corner and yeah, you see Liz kind of sitting there, just out of sight. She looks up at you, clearly heard everything just happened.
I wink at her.
A big shit-eating grin spreads on her face. Did you even ask what time the meeting was?
Don't need to know. You see, I'm gonna have to bump into Vinny at some point
What
and
I
convince him of my alleged piety, so that my story does end up checking out. If there's one of these cultists on board, there's got to be more. I mean, they're meeting. Best not to put all your eggs in one basket.
Maybe that's also why no one is talking to each other, and in fact, they seem like they're avoiding.
Well, I think this merits further investigation.
Agreed.
What do you plan to do with this information?
Part of me wants to keep it to myself. Another part of me wants to stir up some chaos. And the other part of me feels like the rest of, she's gonna throw up air quotes, the crew should know.
Yeah, we'll see what they have to say about it. So at this point, we know Vinny is the weak link. We can pin a lot on him. And if we find him, the easiest way to solve all of our problems regarding him being the weak link and having invited us in would be to make him disappear. That way nobody can verify or accuse us of anything.
Makes enough sense to me.
You think you could memorize the tune of the whistle or the hum?
I could try.
I think that would be a solid place to start. Alright, we'll meet back here in a bit. Or we'll meet back with the rest of the group in a bit here. Just see what you can find out.
I think it's
Very well.
I think it's about that time where you see someone, a silhouette coming down the corridor. He puts a hand to one side of his head, and you hear him say, "All right, just get the rest of the ship on lockdown. I guess we can open up this section for now. I'm gonna send our new friends down to pick up their things from storage." And then you recognize the sound of the voice immediately as the captain is walking towards you.
Wait, what was the captain's name?
Let me see. Did we write down his name? Anybody?
I don't think so.
Maury?
Maury?
Sorry?
Did we write down the captain's name?
No.
Yep, his name's Bob now.
Here, I'll generate a name for him. Captain OY. OWI.
Right.
Captain Owie. Got it.
Captain Owie. But yeah, he approaches the two of you. He clearly was far enough that he couldn't have heard, like he didn't pick up on your conversation or anything. He was also kind of tied up with his own thing. But yeah, he starts to approach the two of you, and he says, "Oh, hey, good to see that you're getting out and about. Hey, listen, so it looks like our bridge is getting some readings. Taurus is, well, the air is absolutely thick with more of those spores that, well, cause the problem with your tram. So, just to be a little careful, we're sealing off the ship. No one's allowed on the out. All the openings are going to be sealed up. We're basically putting the whole ship on lockdown,
Into quarantine, yeah.
taking defensive measures. But the good news is that everyone on the ship is free to move about. So I figured we could potentially use your help at some point. So I want to go ahead and let you guys recover your things, your belongings from the cargo hold. I've sent permission down to give you and your friends access. Of course, barring the one who we're keeping restrained for the time being.
Understandable. Looking forward to being of service and helping the rest of the journey go smoothly.
Good. Well, I do appreciate you guys being so willing to pitch in while you're here.
Not like
Just-
we have anything better to do.
What else could be better to do?
Yeah, he says, well, just be ready. I'll try to send a communication over the loudspeaker if we need you. If, I don't know if there's some kind of an attack on the ship or something. Just be ready to,
Does that kind of thing happen often?
not typically. I mean, I know it's kind of a rust bucket, but ship Swan Song's big enough that most pirates don't really mess with her, and usually the creatures that roam the tourists are at least as smart as pirates.
No issues with saboteurs or anything like that?
Well, truth is, can't be too careful when it comes to that. I mean, you never know these days. We've caught a few before anything too crazy happened in the past, so couldn't hurt to keep a lookout. If you see something, say something, I guess.
These spores do tend to make people a bit religious.
Insane. Huh. Religious is the
It's a
nice
synonym.
word.
Well, we've taken precaution. We've distributed antidotes to anyone exposed to you and your group, or exposed to people that were exposed to you and your group. So, assuming that they're not totally insane, everyone should be protected.
I'm still going to keep an extra eye out just to be sure. These kinds of things can get nasty.
It already has.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I've heard that the seed can cause a lot of issues with, just infecting a lot of people. I don't know. Like, if people go crazy and start, scratching at the hull, then that should be easy enough to solve. Hopefully we don't have to get too. He kind of like looks down at his death spitter, and he says, "Hopefully we don't have to get too rash."
I sure hope so too. Does he have like a stab tracker or anything on him?
Yeah, he's probably got his suit's probably kind of high tech, so there might be something like in the arm of his suit that's at least similar to a stab tracker, serves the same function. He clearly has like some kind of tech.
Some kind of communications device. Yeah.
Yeah. Could
What's
be
your
could be an implant or something like that.
fair enough. What's your com code?
Yeah, you're basically asking him for his phone number. So
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, he says you have your stab tracker on you, right?
Yeah, I hold out my stab tracker to him.
Yeah. So he like gestures towards yours, and you see like a couple of symbols pop up on your heads-up display.
Sweet.
Here. All right. Well, you should be able to reach me with that if anything comes up.
I hope I'm just being paranoid, but better safe than sorry.
Yeah, he nods. And he says, yeah, well, I definitely understand that. Make sure to let your friends know that they're free to grab your things from storage.
Absolutely. See you around.
Sounds good. If you need to find me, I think I'm gonna head up to the bridge, check and see what's going on.
Excellent.
Keep us updated.
We'll report back up to you once, or I'll reach out to you once we've gotten our gear.
Yeah, he nods. This sounds good.
Cool. As you were.
Yeah, he like walks off. Okay, so what's the plan here? Are you guys just mentioning something about regrouping with the other players?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Are you headed back to the medbay room or like the?
If that's where everyone else is, then yes.
I think that's
This
where
is
they're.
just like a big looped around corridor kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take the long way back around to see if I notice anything else unusual before reporting back to everybody.
Sure. Let's see here. When you head back, you do notice that the guy you were talking to is gone.
They did just undo the quarantine for this area, so
The first guy, the normal guy, he's still hanging out there. But he seems to be putting his things together. Like he stands up and he like unplugs his hose from the wall or whatever, and starts getting his stuff together. Let's see here.
I shook Odie's hand too, right?
Yeah, you did.
Did he have a particular handshake?
Ooh. Yeah, like it was probably a firm handshake, you might say. Yeah.
Nothing,
What? Go ahead. You looking for something
nothing
particular?
weird like the left-handed wrist grip that Freemasons do.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. No, not really. It wasn't like any kind of like secret handshake or anything like that.
Okay.
No, nothing like that. um, if anything, it was almost like he squeezed your hand extra hard to try to, I don't know, get a better sense of you or something. Like he almost kind of like borderline pulled you in closer to kind of look at you, see if he like recognized you at all, like to get a closer look at your eyes. Maybe it's hard to say.
Fair. All right.
But yeah, I mean, you don't really notice anything else out of the ordinary. A couple of the people who are sort of like quarantined in this part of the ship are getting ready to head out. These are the people that weren't in a hurry, like Odie was apparently. But yeah.
Okay. While walking past the other people, I'll barely audibly, within their range, hum a couple of notes from the siren's melody.
Sure. Make an observation check.
Yep. See if anybody
Casually giving
reacts.
people PTSD.
There we go. It's a 4.
Yeah, critical success. So no
Holy shit!
yeah.
That's another rule of threes observation memory.
Yeah, he gets a lot of critical successes. I don't know what the deal is with Tank, but it must be all the
The
Nos.
Nah.
Yeah, the Nos, like his patron deity of energy
What?
drinks, blesses him.
Praise unto the beverage.
Yeah, like walking back through here occasionally, like whistling the tune under your breath or like innocuously, and sort of gauging people's reactions. No one really seems to respond to it at all. Like no one seems to recognize it, or like no one else here responds anything like Odie did, who seemed to recognize it immediately because he was also sort of like humming it and then tried to hide it.
Right.
But you don't get like any odd responses from any of the other folks in the corridor. They all react as if you were whistling any tune. You know, they kind of
Okay.
they don't give you any mind.
Fair enough.
All
All right. Yeah, I'll head back to the med bay.
Sure. All right. Liz, are you going with him? Or are you staying to
Yeah.
look for something? Okay. All right, let's head back to the med bay. Where is it? Is it this screen? I think it's this screen. Yeah, let me bring your tokens back up here. So what is everybody who's been hanging out in the med bay for this little while? What are you guys doing as Dank and Liz walk in?
Well, I think when we last left this trio, Enigma did just kind of drop the bombshell of, we are the collective.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So is it just after that? Like, is that still hanging in the air when
I
they
don't
all-
know. I think their thing might have taken a little longer than ours did.
All right. Well, it's up to you guys.
We kind
Either
of
way
only
works
had
for
one
me.
conversation. I think they had about 2, so 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say all in all, that probably would have taken about 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think it would have taken like a whole hour.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. So at any rate, you guys regroup back in the med bay. What's going on?
Liz is gonna look to Dank.
Dank's gonna look to Narcissa and tell her everything he just uncovered about the spore cult.
And
Well, should we be agents of chaos in regards to this, or be helpful?
We're burning whatever it is.
That's one vote for helpful.
Yeah, the trips from that shit were bad. I don't really want to do that again or have anyone else go through that if we can avoid it.
2 votes for helpful. Need a majority here.
Narcissa.
the sirens are a natural creature, obviously. Wouldn't be here if they weren't. But I see no reason to carelessly spread their effects around.
I'll count that. 3 votes for being decent human beings. Proud of you guys.
Disgusting.
Good, because otherwise I would have had to do it by myself. I'm
Couldn't
not taking the
have that.
chance of going back to that nightmare.
I mean, we're friends, aren't we? What are friends for?
What are friends?
People you like.
I desperately need to get you on a couch sometime.
There's people you're
I
supposed
should
to
have a
like.
couch around here somewhere.
Or, I guess a better way to phrase it is humans you can tolerate better than others.
Those you don't want to immediately stab.
Ah,
Wait, my couch is back in Nineveh. Damn it.
It's also not clean. I don't care how much you vouch otherwise.
What, my couch?
Yes.
your
Definitely.
couch needs a bath. Like
Hey.
you.
Needs to be
Well, I
ran
wouldn't
through a
say no
sink.
to a bath right about now.
Agreed.
Fair enough. When we get back
Name.
to Nineveh, we'll clean the couch. But yeah, no, we should definitely head down to the cargo bay and see what's happening. Odie was in kind of a hurry, and I think we don't want to be late for this meeting.
I mean, at first we should probably get our things, correct?
Well, yeah, but our things and the meeting also happen to coincide with taking up some of the same space.
Ah, so they did put them in the same space. Well, that's good to know.
Well, it's all in the
We're allowed
cargo
to put our
bay.
things.
Yes.
The only
For all we know,
question,
they had some sort of contraband area.
the only question is, how are we supposed to get rid of Vinny before the meeting, before everyone finds out that we've been lying?
In the event that we don't manage to find Vinny first, I'll spin some bullshit and make it work. Play along.
And what do you expect me to do with said Vinny? Because I know what my brain goes to, but my brain is clearly different than everyone else.
Okay, stabbing him would be obviously not great.
If all else fails, leave him to me.
Proper disposal.
I can leave him alive.
Jettison him from the ship.
You want me to
I could send my
throw
little snake
him?
friend inside him and eat him from the inside.
We'll go with that for plan B. I like the initiative though.
I uh I'm
Eh,
Or if
eh,
you're worried about him talking, I could always just,
im,
nick his vocal
im,
cords.
impressed.
Use your word. You got this. Sound it out.
Impressed.
It's okay, dear. I know words are hard.
She holds up her middle finger.
Narcissa just grins.
What do you
What's the
think of
word
that,
though?
Dis? She just stuttered a shit ton to say she was impressed with you.
I mean, still need to get you on that couch. You've got some serious things to work through. But everybody does.
Enigma or Disrupt Dear, the day you get me on that couch is the day one of us are gonna be dead.
We're sitting on that
Oh,
couch.
that's what they
We're
all say.
drinking.
Yeah. No.
They haven't died yet?
Yeah, I'm surprised. You're
Ugh.
old as hell.
Red flag. All right.
Alright.
Shit. We're
Disrupt.
on a
I'll make
time
a deal with
crunch.
you.
Alright.
Narcissa has like a wicked grin as she like turns to look at Disrupt.
And what deal would that be?
I'll sit on the couch. If you'll eat a pound of chocolate.
Deal.
How is that even? Yeah. How did you expect that to go? Chocolate's delicious.
He wouldn't eat the chocolate earlier back in Nineveh.
His little old man teeth would get cavities and then he would have to pluck them out.
That's why you brush your teeth. You guys
He's
have been
also not
brushing
the
your
old
teeth,
This would
one.
right?
come up, and I thought it would be a good idea to have something that you would try to deal with that wasn't something I hate.
There you go. Compromise. All right. Let's get the stuff.
Find Vinny.
That
First
too.
get the stuff.
Get the stuff, then find Vinny.
And then yeet him off the ship.
All right. So, are you guys
Oh yeah,
heading?
I'm gonna explain the tune to everybody. I guess.
Okay.
Just see if
I
I
mean, I think it's stuck in my brain because you were whistling it the entire time we were hallucinating.
can. Okay, well, whistle it back to me. See how well you do.
Make a. If you're gonna try to whistle
Look, I
it,
never said I was good at this.
it's gonna be
Well,
some
you can
kind of
hum if you
performance.
can't whistle. It's okay. Not everybody knows how to whistle.
What's the role?
It's some kind of
I don't.
performance-related role. I would
Yeah, I don't
think.
think I have anything for that.
I don't think I do either.
Unless you'll count bedside manner.
Oh shit! Am
I
I the
don't
bard?
think that counts, unfortunately.
You're absolutely the barbarian.
Fair enough.
Barbarian.
I'm the barbarian.
He kind of is. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, hey.
Um,
I'm not horrible.
this
Yeah.
probably isn't gonna go well, but
Ooh.
Surprisingly, it. Oh God.
give me a second. Give me a second.
There you go.
Hey. All right. Yeah, you both get it. Like you whistle or hum or whatever the right notes. Like yeah, like you know it. You know how it goes.
All right, cool.
It's not like a greatest performance ever or anything, but like yeah, you clearly know it. You know the melody.
All right, so if you hear anyone else doing that, or you suspect somebody of being slightly suspicious, that might be a decent way to identify them.
Thank my friend. I think everyone here is suspicious,
I mean,
including
yeah,
all
but
of us.
that's just how you are, my friend. That's okay. Being paranoid is a good quality to have. Because if you prepare for everything to go wrong and everything goes right, you're just pleasantly surprised.
That's actually quite a good analogy.
No. Don't teach her things like that.
Hmm, fair enough. Fair enough.
Now, Liz, no, that is a maladaptive strategy.
In an environment like this, it has been outrageously successful, in my experience.
Look, to a certain degree, you're not paranoid if someone is actually out to get you, but
Well,
Well,
other than that,
technically, it's usually me going out to get them, but that's besides the point.
if you're a go-getter, don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah!
Speaking of going and getting, let's go get our stuff. I miss my guitar.
We all have ADHD.
yeah, let's go get our stuff.
All right.
Yeah,
Hansi!
so the yellow note in there says nurses links arms with Enigma, and Enigma like just kind of like holds her close and quietly sort of says, "Don't worry, I'll guide you and make sure you don't get lost."
Okay. Cool.
She just kind of like looks at him a little confused for a second.
All right.
And they
So
kind of blink and they're like, "Oh, just don't worry about it."
Okay.
That's good roleplay.
okay. So yeah, we fade out with you guys leaving the med bay. The camera stays in the room for a few seconds and focuses on Jeb, who's unconscious on a bed and handcuffed or whatever. And then a few minutes later, you all arrive at the storage bay. It looks something like this. The storage bay. Here we go. So yeah, you approaching the storage bay. You see a few people seated to either side, most wearing their own personal protective equipment. And approaching the secured gate off to the right side, you do see like a small window with a person seated at a desk behind it. The storage bay itself does seem kind of dingy, dusty, and rusted and weathered, much like the rest of the ship's interior you've seen so far. But there does appear to be someone working the desk, sort of like a secured booth on the other side of a wall. There is a small hole in this very thick looking like plexiglass to speak through or to present small items through. Again, off to the right side is a large secured gate, which presumably leads back to like a greater storage warehouse, if you will, or storage area.
Cool. I'm gonna nonchalantly approach the window, casually but quietly humming the tune.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna nonchalantly whistle the tune as you approach the window. Um, sure. Make an observation check.
Cool. Ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're approaching the window, you whistle the tune, you notice that the person on the other side of the desk doesn't seem to react much to it. They're staring at some kind of screen. They hear you approaching and they kind of like put a hand up, but they don't look directly at you. They kind of like put a hand up, like hang on a second, like 1 minute or something like that. You do hear someone behind you who is seated at one of the benches get up, and they start walking towards the secured gate, which is like a few meters off to your right as you're approaching the window.
Okay. Did they react to me walking by whistling the tune?
Yeah, like they look at you for sure. Like they stare at you for a moment. Also, you don't recognize the person. It's not someone you've seen before.
Cool. I'm gonna wink at him.
Yeah, you catch his gaze and wink at him, and I think he like you see his eyebrows do a thing, like he makes a face.
Does he wiggle his eyebrows or is he upset?
Make an insight check.
Oh, I just did a thing for that. Sweet. It's already being useful.
It's similar to the look Odie was giving you. Like it's kind of like a cautious look, like he's like for a minute he's looking at you like to see if he recognizes you. But he clearly doesn't, and so he kind of gives you this cautious kind of look. But also he's a little bit perturbed by you winking at him, clearly. Like he's like, what the fuck was that? There's kind of a little bit of that on his face, a little bit.
Oh no, he's homophobic.
That's not where I was going, but okay, sure.
No.
I'm gonna like mimic his facial expression, like look at him like I'm trying to recognize him and see, like show that I don't recognize him either.
Okay.
Mimicry and social infiltration. Haha, fuck yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're like, you kind of, yeah, you do give him the same cautious kind of look. And so you both are just like giving each other the stare from the Fry meme.
Yeah.
And narrowing your eyes at each other. And then he just like breaks eye contact with you, kind of shakes his head, and he continues walking towards the gate.
Gonna like barely audibly chuckle.
You do notice that he like he looks at the other people. Like he glances towards the window that you were approaching. He glances towards the other people sitting on the like the other benches, and then back to you before he turns away.
So he just like lets himself through the gate.
Yeah, like he basically like holds up a pass card. There's like a light that lights at about waist level on the gate. He holds a card or something up to that, and there's like a beep noise, and then there's a click sound, and then he reaches out and opens the like secure gate and closes the door behind him after he walks through.
Okay. Well, I'm at the glass window now, I guess. I'm gonna see if I can see what the person behind it is looking at. Swear to God, if this person is playing solitaire, I'm going to have a fit.
Yeah. So they have like a screen up in front of them, and on the screen is a bunch of rectangles with cuneiform
Motherfucker, he's playing
writing
solitaire.
on them. Yeah. Well, he's like doing something on the screen. Maybe you can't see it, or whatever. But yeah, when you're at the window, he like turns and looks up to you. He has PPE nearby, but like he's not wearing a helmet or anything. There is a helmet like sitting on the desk probably. And he's probably kind of middle-aged looking, maybe kind of young looking, depending on what part of the world you come from. He probably looks like he's in his late 20s. Tall, thin.
See him playing solitaire. Are you winning, sport?
He's got a bit of a tan, and his hair is very short, like a crew cut kind of. Yeah, he turns his attention off the screen, looks up at you, but he doesn't like move his body or anything. He says, "Can I help you?"
Yep. Just here to pick up our stuff.
He says, "All right." He touches something near the screen. He says, "Who's it for?"
Dank and Associates.
What's okay? It's a weird name. Like type something in.
No, my
and,
name's weird. What's your name then, pal?
Let's see what he says. Let's see here. He says, name's Usad.
I mean, that's not that weird. That seems like a pretty straightforward name. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, he nods. And he says, "Okay, Dank. All right. I got something here. Looks like there's a couple attached to it as well. All right. Here, 1 second.
Beatty and the Associates.
Yeah, he says, all right, I've got 5 cards. Okay. You hear a machine whir up, and then there's like a chicken sound. Chicken, and he like reaches under the desk, kind of like moves his leg as if something's kind of as if he's like in the way to reach something. And he comes back up, and he's got these basically these 5 metallic like rectangular pieces of metal, like stiff but like paper thin. They kind of bend. They're kind of bendy a little bit. Pieces of metal with like engravings on them and symbols. And then there's like one part in the center that's like almost like a barcode. Like it's like really tiny engravings. The symbols are all different on each one. But the like the barcode bit of it is the same on each one of them. And he says, and he just hands them to you. And he says, all right, looks like it's in roll me a d10.
Okay. D10.
Okay, yeah, he says, all right, looks like it's in locker number 4.
Cool.
And he immediately goes back to whatever he's looking at on his screen.
I take the cards, wish him the best of luck with his game, and pass out the cards to the rest of the crew here.
Yeah, okay. So everybody gets one of these like metal it's basically your key to the storage area. It'll open locker number 4, just FYI. You can add that to your inventory, everybody, if you want to.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go on through the door, scanning my badge on the way in.
Mhm. Yeah, you walk up to the door. You can see this little like lens near, like it's built into the post near where the like door handle is, about waist height. You hold the card in front of it. There's like a little flash of light from the lens that scans the barcode, a beeping noise followed by a clicking noise coming from the hinge, like the door hinge where you'd open the door.
Cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and go on through.
Yeah. Step in, no problem. Nothing bad happens to you or anything. Yeah, like you step in, and on the other side of the door is like a big old storage warehouse. There's all these big like storage crates. Some of them are like big metal, like think like cargo containers. Some of them are that big. Others
Right.
are small. Others are small, like the size of a locker up against a wall. Um, uh, Things like that, and all of them have various symbols on them, numbers, letters, that kind of thing. I'm assuming, is it safe to say everyone else does the same? Goes in?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Is there anybody who
Yeah.
doesn't want to?
No, I think it's good.
Okay. Yeah, so you all like enter the like storage warehouse or what have you. Yeah, looking through the place, it doesn't start at number 1. Oddly enough, like it's not that organized. And again, it's really dusty interior, really rusted, weathered, beat up kind of
Are there any
space.
clear recent tracks through the dusty areas?
Yeah, make a check. Be like investigation, something like that.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a point to not be bad.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want the major failure.
There we go.
Okay. I'm assuming Narcissa, you're rolling the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so both of you can kind of see like where people have been walking through, like basically like footprints in the dust where tracks have been sort of led the most. And there's sort of like a path that goes almost through the warehouse, kind of like as if you were walking by each of the containers, like the most efficient path that would go by each of the containers. But yeah, you're able to pick up on like the highest traffic area. Sure.
Ooh.
Is there anything you're looking for particularly?
Well, Odie did say it was under the cargo bay through a secret access point. I'm looking for crates that have recently been moved and moved back, or any irregularities in the floorboards. Or
Yeah.
floor paneling, I should say.
Yeah. You probably do see like a suspicious amount of tracks that stop at one particular locker. It's a quite a large. It's big enough to be like a cargo, one of those big metal cargo things you'd see on like a ship or something. And I'm gonna say it's number. Let's see.
Number 4.
No, it's not number 4. It's
Dang.
number 95.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's actually quite a ways in. You still haven't spotted number 4 yet. Number 4 must be like towards the very end of the warehouse or something. Think of it like a what's that store? Gosh dang it. IKEA, where like you walk in a specific path through the warehouse. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not like you walk like there's a path almost like a hallway made from like storage containers that you walk to go through like a line and it may turn here and there, but basically it goes through all the storage containers one by one. But yeah, you do see like a suspicious amount of tracks that stop at this one specific storage container. A lot of them and old ones too. Like people have been coming back to this container for a while. And the thing that seems odd about it is probably just how many different tracks there are. Like there's at least 5 different tracks coming back and forth to this one container.
Okay, so we got Vinny, Odie, and at least 3 other unknown people. One of them must have been that guy that we saw earlier. God damn it, I forgot to ask if he was Vinny. I could have pulled it off so easy too. I could have been like, Vinny, is that you in there? Damn it. Hindsight. Alright, I'm gonna make note of it, but keep on going looking for locker number 4.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys continue through the warehouse, and you finally get
right. The other thing that I'm on the lookout for is my shiny material for my Brightlander stuff.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I think you heard that there was something in the in the storage or something. Like you could feel something on the ship. Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
You could feel something on the ship connected to it.
Do I
okay.
have any of the same vibes stronger in this room?
You'll have to make some kind of check.
Insight, observation.
I think it was observation you rolled last time.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was, but I think it might have been observation. Okay. You do kind of feel that sort of surreal senses being stronger here. Like it's definitely closer, whatever it is. You're not sure if it's in here, but it definitely feels like you're closer to it. It's hard to tell exact distance.
Fair. Do I get a direction?
From here, yeah, you probably do. It's further into the warehouse, like farther on the path you're going.
Noted. Gonna stay aware, looking for anything.
Sure.
Well, still looking for the locker.
Okay. So yeah, you get close to the end of this sort of like storage area, where you finally come to locker number 4. It's not a big, huge storage container. It's a decently sized wall locker. Not like a school locker, but probably much wider than that. Kind of like a large gun safe.
Okay.
And it's got a symbol painted on it for number 4. And same kind of like lens on it near the like the handle to open it.
Hold up my card and open it.
Yeah. Given your savvy success, when you approach the locker, it appears closed, but when you get closer to it, you see like a gap on the seam of the door. Like,
so it's not all the way shut.
Yeah, like you probably noticed. That's what you think immediately. It's almost like left ajar slightly, like just ever so slightly. Also, like maybe you've already held up your card by this point, and the lens on the thing doesn't do anything. Like the light doesn't turn on or anything.
Ah, shit. Somebody stole our stuff.
Yeah,
I opened
like
the door.
like you reach for the door and then like
Oh,
you
shit. Wait, no, I don't open it yet.
okay.
It could be trapped. Shouldn't open doors that aren't doors without double checking.
you did
Nah.
you did explode a building like this in the future.
Yeah, I should know better.
But you don't know that yet.
Yeah, but this is like the point where I had like most of my training fresh. Oh, let's see.
If you want another justification, Enigma could like reach out and be like, "Hey, don't check it for traps first."
Yeah, I don't know. I'd roll to check for traps.
Yeah, it'd be like a investigation equivalent. Maybe
Yeah,
mechanics or something like that would apply here.
there we go.
Okay, savvy success. All right. So yeah, you carefully inspect it. Like you try not to jostle the door. But you're like squinting. You're like getting really close to the seam and kind of squinting. You don't see any triggers. Like there's no like strings attached to the door or thin wires or anything like that. Like you don't see anything like that, like at all. The only thing you really notice is probably a small set of footprints that are recent that lead away from the locker, like back the way you came. But you don't notice any traps on it or anything like that. Like it's probably fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah, you reach for it. You immediately notice that like the handle is turned, and you open it, and most of your stuff is gone. Like there's stuff there, but it's like none of your important gear is there. Like anything that was remotely involving tech or weaponry, like your clothes would probably be there. Like if you were missing any parts of your clothes or anything like that.
So like my gas masks,
Uh,
burn ointment, flashlight, reflective vest, duct tape, stuff like that would be there.
Would
Yeah.
our armor be there?
Your armor probably would not be there if it was technological. If it was Enki armor or something like that, it would definitely be swiped.
We're gonna have to kill everybody.
Uh,
Is my guitar there?
no.
I never
Oh.
took off my stealth armor though.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
never-
see, Liz or Narcissa never took hers off either.
Okay.
Are my notebooks there?
Your notebooks are there.
So they don't think paper is important. Fantastic.
What was the other things that were mentioned? The gas masks. One of the gas masks is taken. Roll me a d5.
They took my fucking swords.
They definitely took the swords. Okay. So Dank, your gas mask is missing. Also, some of the like the rebreather canisters are gone.
Narcissa will look at Dank and pass hers. Dank.
Dank has a face just so much rage. So much
Shut
rage.
up and take it.
Was
My
anyone's
guitar.
stab tracker in here? Was there anybody who didn't have their stab tracker?
I
think so.
You
think
didn't
we
say whether or not
all-
they took those.
Sorry?
I think you said they left those on us.
Okay.
Because you were talking about them jamming our signal, and then in the med bay we turned them off.
Is there any
Yeah.
kind of weapon that got left behind in there? Like a knife?
Are my scalpels missing?
No, the scalpels would probably still be there, to be honest with you. Like anything, if it's just looks like a normal sword, then it probably would have been left alone. But if it had any kind of tech involved with it, it was taken. Or if it looked like super high tech, like the Enki stuff is probably gonna look like super high tech, like the armor especially.
Oh yeah, we're getting my shit back. I will kill all these fuckers on this ship.
Okay, so question. Mine just says +3 light armor. It doesn't specify that it's inky armor, so is my armor still there?
It is +3 armor. It's really good gear.
First things first.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm reporting the theft to the captain.
He's probably the one who took it.
All right, yeah,
Okay, he's probably the one who took it.
You immediately like call him on your staff tracker. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you get like a hello, this is Captain OI. I'm headed up towards the bridge. Wait, is that you, Dank?
Yeah, we have a bit of a problem in the cargo bay, Captain.
A bit?
What do you mean? What's going on? What happened?
Our belongings have been stolen.
Oh, crap. Are you serious? Wait, okay, so walk me through what happened.
All right.
Down the
Shortly
ship.
after the lockdown, I regrouped with the rest of my crewmates. We then headed towards the cargo bay, got our access keys, found the locker. It was ajar, like somebody had either forced it or otherwise opened it illicitly. Upon opening the locker, the majority of our gear is missing.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me say it was absolutely not a member of my team that did that. But it sounds like someone broke into your locker. Look, if you give me some time, I can maybe get some guys to investigate it. But we're kind of have our hands full right now. From what I understand, the spore situation is getting worse. They're worried about potential attacks on the ship.
Understandable. Do I have your authority to launch my own investigation?
You know what? I tell you what. If you can track down the person who did it, try not to hurt anyone.
Obviously, we're going to go for it from a non-violent approach. It could just be a misunderstanding. You know, somebody could have saw some things that they thought they needed, what have you. I'll let bygones be bygones. I just want my things back.
That's understandable. And if you have evidence that you find that you're willing to turn over, it would be appreciated.
Absolutely. Don't want to tie you up any longer. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right. We essentially have the captain's blessing to track this person down.
Great.
But
persons.
Hear me out. Non-violently.
I make no promises.
Killjoy.
I know. It's gonna be rough. Like, I myself, it's a difficult situation. That guitar means a lot to me.
They took my weapons, my livelihood.
Believe you me, I don't quite feel well dressed without my weapon either. And I understand how important it is to your profession. We're going to find the person who did this. We're going to get our things back, and they will be brought to justice.
They will be punished.
Exactly. Legally. What happens after that, well, we'll have our stuff back. So that's fair game on your part.
Hey,
But
Ramblin'.
we'll follow due protocol.
Yeah, Maury.
Until then.
I have two things I want to ask about just as a double check. Me and Disrupt both had explosives that were disguised as road flares.
They were disguised as road flares. They probably were left.
Flares.
Yeah, they probably were left alone then.
And then I had. But then I also had, because they were the emergency rations at the trolley, I had 26 days worth of rations and water.
That was left alone.
Okay.
I take that back. You had 26 days. Roll
a
me.
lot of
Yeah.
food.
That's a lot of food and water, actually. Roll me a d10.
Big money, no whammies. Hey,
That's not a d10.
Oh wait, I didn't do it right.
That's a D0? How did you do that?
It's a D'0 or something. I don't know.
But you got a
I
1.
did whoopsies.
7. Okay.
Because
there-
it was like, the heck is that?
So there's 7 days worth of rations and water that are missing.
What about our credits?
They're on our stab tracker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're on
those
your
are on the
yeah,
stab
they're on your
tracker.
stab tracker.
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah.
I would have
They're
killed somebody.
digital.
I would assume any credit sticks that you've gotten up to this point, you would have probably converted because for convenience on your. So you would have
Yes.
emptied the data and basically put it onto your stab tracker essentially. Just 'cause it's more
My
convenient.
aviator
Yep.
sheets.
So you don't have any money missing. But if the explosives were disguised as like ordinary flares, then those would have been left alone.
If
Oh my god!
If my armor was covered in duct tape, would they still have taken it?
If it was covered in duct tape, I don't remember that specifically being a thing.
Remember when I made like the bastardized hazmat suit?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? That probably would have been left alone, except for some reason they took your gas mask.
Bastards.
It might have been left
I
alone.
still have 10 scalpel blades. I'll be fine.
Yeah, any normal blades were left, but if it looked like crazy high tech, it was Enki made, it was probably swiped.
Alright, I'm gonna just like make up a list of all the things we're missing so we have a better idea of where these people would have hidden these things. And also an itemized list so
Sure. Remember
we
that
can prove it to the captain.
you did pick up on a specific set of tracks that led to your locker and led away.
Yeah, I'm going to be following those at like a breakneck pace.
Sure, yeah.
Or you know
On your
what? You
sheet,
said that when
though-
I got closer to locker number 4, I felt like a more strong pull to a Brightlander object, right?
You did. Well, it was before you got to locker number 4 that you felt the pull. It was deeper into the storage area, but yeah, you did.
I'm gonna go that way first, actually.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Coincidentally, it is the same direction.
Shortcut.
Cool. Liz is gonna do a scan as she follows Dank.
What are you scanning for, Liz?
The fucking footprints to see what matches.
She's going into detective mode.
All right, sure. Yeah, make a roll. This would be like observation. It could be like a tech roll if you wanted to.
Because
Maybe.
I'm using my special robo eye.
Sure.
Activating her Witcher sight.
Okay. So yeah, you do pick up on the footprints. The footprints are kind of small. They're clearly feminine, I guess you might say. Like maybe you're able to get that information scanning them with a piece of technology. They appear to be woman's footprints, woman-sized boots or whatever. And yeah, there's only one set
Fine.
for sure. And
You know
also,
exactly who it is, don't you?
also, if it's let me roll something here. Okay, it leads you to locker 83. Like you track the footprints between you and Dank, and it leads you to locker number 83.
I'm gonna send like a text to the captain requesting permission to have locker 83 remotely opened.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. he sends a response back that he'll send something ahead to what was it, the guy at the desk?
Assad.
Yeah, he's Usad, yeah. So you get a text back that's like, all right, I'll send the clearance over to Usad. And then there's like a, I don't know, 30-second, 45-second pause, and then you hear a click from the locker you're standing in front of. And
After like the locker opens a little bit, do I hear anything within?
You do. So this storage locker is one of the bigger like cargo container size. Like this is a walk-in locker. And yeah, you hear the click and you immediately hear like a rustling noise from the other other side of the door. Basically. Like, are you barging in? Like, what are you doing here?
Obviously not. That's a really good way to get shot. What do I have? What do I have?
We have bomb.
I have bullshittery.
I
Why
have a
bullshittery when we
scalpel
have
blade we
boom?
can throw.
Get my flashlight. I'm gonna shine the flashlight down and hold my hand under it to mimic like the presence of a death spitter being there.
Okay,
And
so wait. Okay, so what are you trying to? You're trying to cast the shadow of a gun inside the.
I'm trying to make it look like I'm holding a gun.
Okay.
He's
so-
trying to
okay.
mimic like the body language of holding a gun with like a light on it.
Okay, yeah. All right. That would probably be. What kind of role would that be? Maybe.
Mimicry and acting?
Sure.
Or deception.
Sure. Yeah, or
Performance,
deception.
deception.
Performance. Yeah. All these could be argued. I could see.
Either way, you fail.
Yeah, it's a fumble.
I will burn. God, that's the last one I got. Target. Burning it. Let's do the thing. There we go.
Okay, savvy, success. All right. So yeah, you use the flashlight to try to give yourself the appearance of having a firearm. Okay.
Who's ever in there better have a really damn good explanation.
Yeah, you haven't opened the door yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay. There's silence.
You have till the count of 3 to come out with your hands up before I come in. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Please don't shoot, okay? Sorry.
Come on out.
There's
I won't shoot.
There's like the you see the handle turn slowly and kind of hesitantly, and then the door like cracks open, and you see immediately through the crack you see an empty hand come out, followed by another empty hand. Like, all right, and you hear a woman's voice. All right, I'm not armed.
I'm gonna quickly move to put her in the handcuffs that I stole.
Is it a familiar voice?
No. So you immediately grab her wrists, I'm guessing, and like force the door the rest of the way open.
Yep, and handcuff her.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the girl you see when the door is forced open. Immediately behind her, you see a like a couple storage crates, and behind those is kind of like a makeshift living area. Like there's like a sleeping roll that's basically been made. All of your gear is sort of spread out inside of this storage container. Some of it is put in various like crates, like maybe that are left open. Some of it is like spread out on a make do table, which is sort of like two crates pushed together. The air in the storage container, it smells like
Right.
somebody's been living in here for a couple days without taking a shower. Is what it smells like.
Ah, a stowaway.
Yeah. So you say, stowaway. The response you get is, "Look, I'm sorry. Okay, I was just." Look, look, we can work this out. I've got connections back in Asher, okay? Like it doesn't have to be a huge deal. Ow, jeez, really? Do you have to put them on so tight?
I mean, yeah, you stole my shit. You're lucky this is the worst you're getting.
Wait, your shit. Oh, she suddenly gets like a bit more panicked. Like you could probably feel her pulse in her wrist starting to race. Wait, and she almost starts to like pull away from you a little bit, kind of instinctively.
Iron grip, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, make a contested roll.
Indomitable strength +3. Yeah, no, you ain't going nowhere.
yeah, I mean, I'll give her the roll, but I mean, she'd have to roll crazy good.
Can I check on her?
What do you want to check?
Well, since she said she hasn't like showered in several days and stuff like that, like see what her condition is and things like that.
Sure.
Like she's stolen like a week's worth of rations from
Yeah.
the sounds of it.
Yeah. Make a medicine roll or something like that. So she got a 7, 10, 14. You got
I got a 19.
Yeah. Do you want to harm her?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't bullshitting the captain when I said I was going to do this non-lethally.
Yeah, I mean, she'd only go down one body step, so if you wanted to like rough her up, you could here.
I'd rather not. That would look bad.
Okay. Narcissa, she does appear to be like malnourished a bit. First of all, she's tall, she's thin. She's kind of frail, a bit weak. And yeah, she does seem a bit malnourished, kind of starved. Not like she's about to die or anything. She probably recently had a meal.
One of my rations she stole.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. You see like you look in the background, you see like an opened ration and water ration. Yeah. As far as that goes, her clothes are dirty, like she's been on the road for a while. She's also wearing a bunch of unidentified tech. Like she does have a set of headphones on, some various tools and devices about her belt, maybe about her bag.
Probably stole those too.
Yeah, it's hard to say. She also has like probably one of your weapons up on a table and was in the middle of taking it apart.
Better not be my goddamn machine gun.
It probably is. It probably whichever gun you guys had was the highest tech, like the most technology.
That would have been dank.
One of his machine guns was one of his Brightlander things.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it was technically old tech.
Yeah, she wouldn't have been trying to take apart the Brightlander stuff first. She would have definitely been targeting the Inky stuff. So yeah, she tries to pull away from you, but you like keep her in a firm grip, and she's like, "Wait, so you're with them then?" She kind of and then she spits on the ground next to you, and she goes, "Well, go ahead then. Tired of running."
Now hang on a second here.
And do what? Like Narcissa has walked up to Dank to check on her, so she's probably like looking her over and stuff like that, holding her face.
Quality gear doesn't mean what you think it means. Let me just say that for one.
And besides, if we actually wanted to kill you, we would have already.
If we were with them, you wouldn't still be alive.
I recognize gear like that anywhere. It's very
Most
specific.
people do.
and nobody else has equipment like that. So
Except
clearly,
those that have taken it.
You realize
make a persuasion check.
Absolutely.
that
Because
people can be killed and their belongings can be stolen.
that's what I'm getting at.
What'd you get? Like a 8, 11, 12, 13, 15? Okay. Okay, so her breathing starts to slow. She says, taken. Right. Okay. So,
Understand that you jumped to that conclusion, but we're not enemies yet.
clearly you don't work for the Swan.
Just
So,
passing travelers.
right.
We're on a
Well,
mission from Nineveh.
Ninevites, really. Perks up her interest. Her mood changes entirely. She seems a lot more curious now, almost more joyful, optimistic, immediately, like cheery. Her tone takes on like a cheery quality. She
It looks like
goes,
you've had it rough enough already.
yeah, well, just trying to scrape by.
Believe you me, I know how it is.
Look, you can have your stuff back. I just, when I saw that gear in there, I figured,
How did you manage to
Help
get
yourself
in?
to it.
How
something
did you
like that.
manage to get in?
Well, a girl's got her tricks, you know.
Someone like you could be really useful. We're also investigating some odd things happening on this shuttle.
Yeah, there's tons of odd things happening on the shuttle. What are you paying attention, I guess? Huh?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, look, I tell you what, you don't tell anyone I was here. You don't, you're not forcing me to go back to Asher or anything like that, right?
No, nothing of the sort.
Then, maybe I can try to help you guys out.
Sounds like a plan. You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours.
Is that all you want?
Gonna take off the handcuffs.
She says, what were you doing? What are Ninevites doing here anyway?
We are on a search and rescue mission in the Dead Vaults and got waylaid on our way there due to the spores.
Okay. And what, are you heading back after that?
Yes. That would be the plan.
Right. Well, turns
What, are you
out
just gonna spill our whole life story, Dink?
she looks over at Narcissa and she goes, turns out I guess there is something else I'd like. Maybe Nineveh would be a good place for me to hang out for a little while. You know? Any chance you can get me in?
We could see about getting that arranged.
All right. That sounds agreeable, I think. I mean, anything beats living in a storage container.
Yeah. That's
And
fair.
How long has it been since you've had a proper meal?
oh, too long to remember. You know, things get everything blurs together when you're traveling, right?
Narcissa just like gives Dank a look.
Dank nods. All right. Well, I'm gonna go in and get my stuff. get everybody else's lined up, I guess.
Take hot shot with you. You know she won't be satisfied until she sees it.
What?
Liz.
What?
You're trying to get Dane to take you into the thing to find your sword.
Oh. I just didn't hear what you said. You kind of cut out for a second.
Oh, I said take hot shot with you.
Oh, okay. I think she'd be more like stab shot, but okay.
Look, all your stuff's there. I mean, I didn't really have enough time to start working on the stuff I was wanting to take a look at anyway.
Good. Keep your grubby hands off my shit.
She means well, but she's incredibly agitated.
No, I mean it makes sense. I'd probably be a little touchy if someone had their mitts on, one of my systems or something. She's like absent-mindedly taking a look at her stab tracker while she says this.
Is there anything weird about what she's doing with her stab tracker?
Make a observation.
Can I try to take a peek?
Yeah,
Passive
sure.
observation skill at this point.
Yeah, observation.
I guess
What do I see?
any kind of tech skill could also apply here. All right, success, savvy success. She has something on hers that resembles the scrambler that you guys use.
Oh, neat.
Ooh.
But hers is a lot more localized, though.
Yeah, I mean, hers it probably is a lot more localized. Like it's probably only within about, I don't know, 15 feet or something, really. And also her stab tracker itself is kind of like beat up a little bit. Like there's maybe the heads up display doesn't display 100% properly. Like think of it like a broken screen phone.
Yeah.
And through the ringer a little bit, hasn't it?
Sure, you could say that.
I pick up my guitar and I strum on it a little bit. Oh, it's good to have that back.
She says, "Oh,
Does it
okay."
need to be
So
retuned?
she goes, "All right. Well, that makes sense. So,
Seen anything that looks kind of like this around here anywhere? I gesture at like the metallic sheen of the guitar.
uh, um, she goes, no, not really."
Hmm. Are you sure?
Insight check that shit.
Make an insight check, sure.
No.
Critical failure. All right.
No,
Wait,
I'm
dang,
re-rolling
dang.
that shit.
What's the insight for?
They're trying to get a
Figuring
read
out-
on if she's lying
About what?
about not
There we
seeing
go.
any Brightlander related things. She's
Oh, I don't call shit.
I call bullshit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's clearly being dishonest about something. Maybe it's not 100% a Brightlander artifact, but she clearly is thinking of something that she doesn't want to tell you about.
While I'm like staring her dead in the face, I'm loading my machine gun.
Are you trying to intimidate her?
Sure, dude. I have an intimidation skill.
Yeah, roll it.
Leave the poor thing alone.
I need my stuff. You've seen something.
Yeah, okay, so so you're like, all right, you've seen something, and you kind of gesture towards the gun. And she says, well, look, okay. Twist my arm. Why don't you? Look, I don't know if it's a Brightlander artifact, like your guitar, whatever. But yeah, maybe I saw something. I mean, tucked away in one of these lockers while I was looking for supplies. Sure. I mean, it seemed weird though.
What was it?
Some kind of weird, like kind of like a tablet kind of thing, with strange writing on it, and it put off a light. Um,
Where?
my first thought was like, what if it's emitting some kind of like radiation or something? So I just
Narcissa pulls out another week's worth of rations and water and goes, "You wouldn't happen to remember the locker number, would you?"
make a persuasion check with a +1. Actually, a +2 since you're putting up a week. So roll another d4. So you're putting up a week's supply of food. Oof.
I'm gonna reroll.
All right, you spend the influence point to reroll.
There you go.
Jeez. All right, so you get a +1 to that skill, +1 memory to that skill. And she's like, yeah, of course I remember what locker. I mean, I am kind of a genius. It's locker 11. Not far.
Cool. Take us there, please.
You did hear the thing about. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Sure. I'll
Trust
take you
me,
there.
I know what I'm doing.
Fine. You say so. You want to gather up your things here first, or?
That would be the plan, yeah. I would assume that other people would have been doing the same.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I
So-
think we're all
Is
geared
the
up.
missing gas mask here?
Yeah, everything that was missing is here for sure.
Narcissa takes the mask that she gave Dank hers.
Thanks would have had a sticker on it that says "Don't panic."
She sees that and immediately like makes him switch back. I don't want this here.
While you're walking through the like storage area, she's kind of like absent-mindedly checking, like you see her eyeing the lock mechanisms on all the storage lockers. Some of them she looks at and quickly looks away from, like she's not interested. Others she's more keen on glancing at for longer, looking at the ground near them as she walks by. She says to you as you guys are walking through towards locker 11, she says, so, I do appreciate you not being too curious about why I'm here or anything.
I mean, if you're wanting to tell us anything, you're more than welcome to. I don't want to force anything out of you.
I mean, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather not.
Ah, works for me.
We all have our secrets.
That and I just don't really care.
Right. Well, here we are, 11. I'm assuming you want me to open it for you.
If you would.
Yeah, she approaches the lock mechanism. She pulls out some tools and starts fiddling with where the lens connects to the unit itself. Let's see here.
Would you like some help?
No, I got it. Here
Not
we go.
bad.
Pretty simple, really. old tech they use on these things, you know. All right. Yeah, and then there's like a whirring sound. There's a couple sparks that shoot out from where the lens connects, where the power supply connects. She kind of like flinches back for a second when that happens. But then there's a click, and she turns the handle kind of hesitantly at first, but then it gives. So she's sort of satisfied, pulls the door open. Inside, you see a clear. So it's another like cargo container basically that's empty except for one single storage crate in the center of the container, with the top removed and set off to one side. Inside the crate is a like a carbon fiber, like foam, maybe like, or something to house, like to
Like an
perfectly.
Attache case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And sitting in like this perfectly made like cutout inside is this tablet. Looks pretty familiar to you. Yeah, it's also putting off a light, like it's glowing. And the light is sort of shining all over the inside of the cargo container. As soon as she opens the door, she sees the light and she like makes a face and takes a few steps back from it. And she goes, "Whoa, it wasn't that bright before." What do you do?
I walk up to the briefcase or Attache case.
Yeah, you take a step inside of the container towards the case. And as soon as you do, oh, buddy, I'm gonna need you to make a roll. This is gonna be like a.
Oh no.
The best way I can describe it is this is like a body check. This is like a Constitution save, essentially.
Would my unyielding strength ability count towards that?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Ooh, contested or normal?
It's contested.
Okay.
Is there any way that any of us can help him?
The only way you could help him is, I mean, you'd have to like run in there and sort of like shield him. So if you help him, it'll give him a +1. It'll also expose you to the same roll.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
All right.
I got an 18.
18. Not bad. I mean, you got a couple 4s in there. Let's see what we get here. 19.
Reroll those 4s.
All right, you spend an influence point to re-roll the 4s. It goes down by 1 plus 6, so 7 to a 12. So you win. Okay. So here's what happens. Oh, Enigma, did you roll?
I didn't think I was supposed to.
Oh,
Because Dank just got the. You said Dank would get a +1. Did I have to roll that as well?
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll just count it as part of Dank's roll. That's fine.
I mean, I don't care.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. So yeah, you rush in to like try to shield Dank as soon as he takes a step closer to this thing, the light and the intensity of the light grows enormously. Dank, you instinctively like try to shield your eyes, Gerblin, you do the same. Everyone standing outside, or sorry, Enigma. Everyone standing outside the container. You're not close enough for it to force an effect on you. But here's what happens. The tablet flashes extremely brightly. So bright you can't look at it, like it's like looking at the sun. You can't even see the area around the tablet. It's so bright. The whole thing is starts to glow like white hot as soon as you start to approach it. Dank. It you feel like you can feel like a humming that seems to be coming from everywhere all at once. Like a deep like drone sound.
Like an oscillation kind of thing.
Yeah. It's very loud, like it reverberates through your very core. And it almost kind of makes you a little bit nauseous even. Enigma, you feel this too. And basically we see the audience, because you guys are too busy shielding your eyes because it's so bright. We see the source of the light like start to hover out of this container and float up to like, I don't know, chest level in the cargo container as you're like shielding your eyes from it. And then there's like a burst of energy as the light goes out. The tablet itself dims entirely and falls back into the into its container, like lopsided. Maybe it doesn't land perfectly back in it, but it's no longer emitting any kind of light. And all of the power, like all of the power in the section of the ship that you're in, all the lights go out. All your equipment you're wearing, your stab trackers, everything that's electronic, immediately like flickers off.
Oh my
And
fucking
it's just like
god.
it's like utter darkness.
Goddamn EMP.
Yeah, there's like a 3-4 second, maybe closer to 6 to 10 second pause, before we hear like alarms starting to go off in the distance. And like the sound of like doors secure doors locking, that kind of thing. People yelling in the distance. And then maybe that's where we end tonight's session, I think.
So
Oh
did
my.
the lights come back on?
The ones in the immediate area do not come back on. No. All the like
my robot eye.
yeah, your robot eye flickers out for a moment. Your robot eye does come back on after like 6 to 10 seconds. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was the first time that any of you
when this
would have
happens,
seen.
when this happens, you probably do get a sharp pain in your head. But yeah, you don't take any damage or anything.
Just like pain and panic.
Yeah.
Thank God
And
no
that
one
was
can
the night
see.
the lights went out in Georgia.
Thank God no one can see.
I figured since we're almost at time, anyways, like we got like what, another half hour tops. You got to get up early,
Yeah.
don't you, Caitlin?
Yep, I gotta be up at 5:45.
That's only like
Jeez.
it's only like 5 hours. Yeah. Okay. Well, I figure we can end there if everybody's okay with it.
I'm chill with that.
I think that's a good spot.
Really good cliffhanger.
That's a good cliffhanger, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, thank you guys for playing. You guys did good today. It's a good session. Make sure you all take a memory point, influence point for surviving today's session. Good job with your investigations. You tracked down your equipment. You guys are doing pretty good so far. Potentially made a new ally. We'll see if you ever get her name. And yeah, you guys are doing good so far.
Except for the fact that we just like
Sounds
shut
good.
off power to this side of the ship.
Yeah, you might have done something really
Look,
really
This is
bad here,
stupid.
but something has happened here for sure.
something's rotten in this ship.
We'll get to that next time. But
Is it Dink? Is it the spores? Who knows?
I'm just
yeah,
never gonna open another door.
You're just hallucinating, and the light wasn't real. You wake up in the med bay again.
God damn it.
Well, have another job for Enigma then. Wake up.
Well, shit.
But yeah, nice playing with you guys as always. It was a fun game.
Oh,
Yeah.
So next week we will be taking game off because we're all going to be meeting up and hanging out in Oklahoma. So just so you folks watching, so you know. So we'll be back the week after, hopefully. But remember, thank you guys for watching. You can head over to the Discord for free and check out the public Discord if you're watching on YouTube. The link's in the description below. You can head over to the Patreon and become a patron and see all the unedited, unfiltered, uncensored, unbrud videos. And there's the link for that. You can head over to buymeacoffee.com/brokendank and fuel up our murder hobo with Nos. And of course, you can head over to twitter.com/sketchingspace to show some love, give a follow, and see all your awesome arts. And for art for Cassie Williams and Narcissa, you can head over to Instagram, TikTok, and coffee.com/ace of wands designs. Thank you guys for watching. It was fun episode today. We got to get into a little bit more of the other stuff going on to the ship, so I've been looking forward to that for a while now. And yeah, and we'll see what havoc you just unleashed on the ship next time. Yeah. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
and remember,
Don't be
let,
a fucking keeb.
don't let Dink open doors.
To be fair, I didn't open this one.
All right.
I thought it was safe. Somebody else opened the door.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.